Yo, what's up, guys? It's Reek back again with a Marco Ranked Monday today. I'll just be doing 3 quick ranked games just to get some gameplay for you to see for Marco, and then also have a tip of the day with the example, and briefly we'll show the deck list. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And so first up, we have the tip of the day. Don't be afraid to Nami up in Marco if you know you're safe. You would know you're safe by if you calculate based on the deck you're playing against and what they either can be playing or what they are normally playing. And so based on how much counter and blockers you have up. And Nami can help with that a lot because you can you keep your hand size, and you can use her to help find your ammo blockers, and also put an ammo blocker to top if you need the Dawn, or you don't have enough Dawn to do multiple. So this is example versus Blue Purple Luffy. We just have Blue Purple Luffy with all Usachis and Gum Gum Giant because that is most of the deck, yeah. So we just showing that we use Nami, and we have 2 animals in hand. We put one back because we want to play the Richie because it's cheaper, and then we're gonna summon the other chopper. Important thing to note here though is that versus Blue Purple Luffy, it is reasonable to expect that they might have 2 Usachis, especially if you see them add one, and so we need to make sure that we have 11k counter in hand. And so if I didn't have enough counter, I would have had to keep that other chopper that I put to top so that I would have enough counter, because if I didn't have enough counter, I'd just lose before I can even block with the cards from the off the shop that come with us. And this is the list. Important thing to note is 2 Kuma and 2 6 cost Navy kill card. I'm just trying those out in this deck list. Also only 3 Nami. I usually like 4 Nami, but I just wanted to test out those 2 cards, see how they're doing recently. So I changed my list a lot for in ranked. In tournaments, I pick a specific list usually. So first up, we have Blue Purple Luffy, and we get a pretty decent hand. Monet on 2 is really nice. The Red Rocket, and then we put the 3 cost chopper at top. It's easy to swing into Zoro, but it's better than them swinging face at us, but they weren't gonna swing at face anyways apparently, so which is good because if they want to play the Starve game, we're fine with that because we don't care. Because the only characters, the characters won't survive, and so the only way the characters will survive is if they Sanji into something else, and then the other card that they have will just stay. And so here we do activate this chopper, or attack with the chopper even though it's at 5, just to get either a 3 cost chopper or Richie on board, because they're going to kill one anyways. And then I believe they Sanji into a Sanji. I'm not sure what happened there, if it was an accident. But yeah, they Sanji, and the top card was a Sanji. So it's unfortunate for them. And then since they didn't play anything, we're just going to they didn't remove our board either. They left our 2 choppers, so we're just going to use our choppers. And then we're going to play Otama to kill the Sanji, so that they have no life. And then we could potentially Sanji into Beckman next turn. They do Big Mom, and so we're just going to Monet into a Beckman. And ideally we would just want a Rayleigh, so we can just summon the Rayleigh and then kill the Big Mom with the with Whitebeard, so we can still play our Sanji. We don't have that. We also didn't find another high cost removal, but the good news is that we can still swing aggressive. They only have 1 life, and one counter. They do hit the trigger for that, so they're going to be able to Gum Gum Giant twice here, which does save them. And then they're going to swing into the new gate. I'm not sure what they're probably planning on playing Cat Courier or something, and we countered out of the swing into our new gate, and they just conceded. The other thing to note, if they countered the first 10k swing, then I would have just left 2 Dawn up for the event, which is what I was planning to do, but they just took the 10k swing, so I just swung a 12 into face. And then we get a Smoker, and another decent hand. Yeah, we play the Richie, and then we have the chopper into the other chopper. We activate the 6-cost trigger. Pretty fortunate for us, and then they ignore the 3-cost chopper, surprisingly, in this swing face, which is kind of weird, because they might have actually got a 2k out if I probably would have defended it. And so now we just play the Nami into a guaranteeing us an animal. They have double Mulligan, which is pretty crazy. And we block here just because we want to force, it's kind of a free block, and we would want them to attack with the Shigi if they were going to commit, but they're not going to attack with the Shigi. Because ideally we wanted them to attack with Shigi. It also doesn't really matter that much, because since the Smoker is rested, the blocker chopper can just like minus power and just kill it anyways. But we don't get to develop a body this way, so it's less optimal than us just being able to backman the Smoker. And we have our 2 Dawn up for our counter, because there's really not that many better plays. So we use it aggressively here, because they kind of need to remove our chopper. And we also don't know if they want to Hody us later anyways, because Smoker plays a lot of Hody, so using it early is fine. And we just let this one go, because we know we're just gonna move the dragon now. We keep the Rayleigh because 8 is a good number for Hody or Captain Kid, and it's just more minus power. Whereas Newgate would be kind of awkward if you were to keep it, and because they don't really play that many 7k buys, because Smoker is 8k on their turn, and we don't have any more minus power. And so yeah, they swing face, we just take it, just because we didn't want to toss that early. And we also didn't expect them to swing with Sashiki, which was fine because it only swung 5. And so they play the Kid, and at this point we are in a pretty weird position because we can't really go for like strong game here, because our highest going for game would be Beckmaning the Captain Kid, and just swinging 8, but we just use Rayleigh to minus power the Shigi and then swing 7, and that actually is enough. I was low-key thinking that it might actually be playing Rad Beam, because some smokers do play it, so I was just like, I'll swing 7 and minus power and hope if they Hody us that we get the counter to be able to survive. And then next we have a Yellow Kid, and another decent hand. We do find the 3-cost chopper, which is nice. We don't really have that much besides that. The Rayleigh is really nice on the first curve because on our 9 done, we can use our Leer effect. And then ability, they play the Cavendish, which we were like kind of fine with. And we do the play where we play the Richie off of our Summon Chopper and put up 2 blockers, and we have the Chopin come with us too. And then we get pretty lucky and find another Summon Chopper, and then we block with our one, assuming that we were going to keep our other Chopper so that we'd have optimal space if we summon 2 bodies. At the end of the day, we only had 1 space anyways, and Gidatsu wasn't really expecting to play that. And so we do see another Chopin come with us, and we with Nami, and we didn't see animals on the top 3, so we think there's a pretty good chance that there'll be animal in the next 5. And we put the Whitebeard to bottom. And we do block aggressively here because we want our Summon Chopper to keep summoning our animals. Again, we don't see an animal, so we think there's a decent chance that there'll be an animal in our next 5. And so we just minus power on the Gidatsu and then kill a 1k because he was, well, we would have loved to kill the 3-cost, but the Cavendish, or not Cavendish, Beji was preventing us from doing that. So we just minus power on the Luffy and the Gidatsu. In hindsight, it would actually make more sense to just minus power on the extra anyways, because nothing was going to be rested. Or again, nothing was going to be active for him to rest, so it didn't really matter. But he wasn't going to swing with anyway, so it also didn't matter. And here we're really considering just tempo playing out, well, not really tempo because we would move a blocker, but playing out the Rayleigh plus Sanji, but you don't want to get that greedy, especially since you're in a pretty comfortable position already. And yeah, so we just play safe here, we block. Because we're expecting the kid, we don't want to go down to 0 life. And this is like just guaranteed game because we see that the trigger, even, I think it's like always guaranteed game here, because especially since we see the trigger. We just have too many attacks. And our board is full, so. And that's the last one. So thank you for watching. Hope to do more quick videos like this for the decks that I play, and let me know if you like this. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Let me know if you have any questions or like to see anything in future videos. See ya.